love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Super Welterweight division. These boys are both from the USA, and this fight is brought to you by Combat Matrix. Let's go ahead and bring out our first fighter of tonight. Let's bring out Brice. Wong!
Like it's nothing, I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Step it up, don't be scared.
And his opponent in the blue corner, make some noise for Brice Lee! Turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate, I attack. Not gonna lie, I was feeling that music. Nice choice there, nice choice. All right, let's learn a little bit about our fighters real quick. In the red corner, standing at 102 kg, 768 kg, representing the USA, make some noise for Brice Wong! And to my left, in the blue corner, representing the USA in Korea, make some noise for Brice Lee! And back to our referee, Paddle. Let's bring out the ring girls. And let's take a roll for our ring girls tonight by BKFC.
All right, round one underway. Brice Lee against Brice Wong.
And here we go, Brice getting off to a fast start. I like to call Brice the juggernaut because he doesn't stop coming. Now we're seeing a bit of that tonight.
The funny thing about Brice is he told me, James, I'm going to take my time here. He's not wasting any time.
No, he's not. And Chris has got a very low guard.
Brice is showing that foreigner. He's knocked down every opponent he's fought. Every opponent. Brice is like a slime when he fights. Once he's on you, he doesn't let up.
Good right hand from Chris. Good body shot from Chris as well. Good left hook from Chris. Chris gaining a bit of confidence here.
Now Brice Wong is 0-0, so he needs to establish very early that he's not going to be bullied in this ring. Now he looks like he's in great shape. He has got muscles on muscles right now. But Brice is a boxer, no doubt.
And Chris is catching Brice as he's coming in.
Now the thing about Chris is he hasn't got experience in a ring, meaning he doesn't know how to pace himself properly yet.
Well, let's see. Looks like he's moving around okay so far. Maybe he's lying to us.
I mean, when someone says they're 0-0 in boxing, you've just got to take that with a pinch of salt. I always say train for every fight. If they say they're 0-0, expect they've had at least 3. That's the rule of thumb.
I'd have to agree. Chris, both of his fighters working the body in the clinch.
Now, one thing Brice has is a good poker face. Even when he gets hit hard, he keeps going. Now, when I spoke to Brice about this, he actually said, look, is he 0-0? I don't know, but I'm going to fight him like I would fight anybody else.
And that is just going at 100 miles an hour.
As you can see, Chris is already looking quite tired. You know, all those muscles will make you more fatigued. The oxygen needs to get to those muscles. Brice does very well against fatigued opponents.
Well, Chris has been relying on his counter punches so far, but he's made a good attack there with a 1-2. Chris relying on the clinch too to try and subdue Brice for a bit. Good left hook with Brice as they exit the clinch.
Beautiful. Brice doesn't stop throwing. Brice throws from every angle, right? Beautiful. Now, I want to see Brice just work a little bit more. Brice bases himself on GGG, which is just throwing from all angles, all power.
And Chris likes Gervonta Davis, who's very, very accurate. Good right hand. Big right hand from Chris on the break of the clinch.
That didn't stun Brice. Brice is fine. Brice does this all the time. Beautiful exchanges on the inside. Now, when you look at Brice fighting...
Good left hook there from Brice. Swinging in there from Brice.
Brice using a bit of a Jim's Turney style, swaying and throwing. Nice. Look at those body shots from both opponents. Now, Brice is prone to giving up the first round.
Big right hand from Chris as Brice was on the rope. Chris ducking and weaving here. 10 seconds to go in this first round.
Brice stays on you. Like I said, he is the slime. He will stay on you, and he is not...
There you go. End of round number 1.
Very nice round by Brice Lee. But Chris Wong, being 0-0, he did fantastic for that round.
He did. Doesn't look like he's 0-0 though, let's be honest.
I mean, I never believe anyone's 0-0, but again, if you've had fights in the streets, you're not going to write those on your records either, right?
But one thing's for sure, someone's O has got to go tonight.
That's a very good point. Brice is a 4-0. His last 3 fights, he has knocked down the opponent. In his last 2 fights, he's stopped the opponent. He has got steel in those hands.
And literally, in one of Brice's fights, I was picking my jaw off the floor. He's fighting somebody that was a lot better skill-wise, but he just smothered him.
Absolutely.
For 3 rounds. No, 2 rounds, I think.
Yeah, 2 rounds, absolutely.
Well, we've got to go back to Chris here. Chris has done really well if it is his first fight tonight. You know, he's landed some good counters as Brice came in and landed some good punches on the break from the clinch.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a 3-round fight. Anything can happen. Brice is prone to giving up the first round, but Brice, he looks ready. He looks like he's tasted blood. Look at his eyes. That man is going for it. Brice is starting strong. Now, can Chris keep up this pace? Shoulder roll by Brice. Beautiful work. Now, Chris doesn't know how to pace himself yet. All he knows how to do is throw hands. Brice knows how to weather a storm right now, and that's what he's doing really well. Look at this, Brice sticking on him like the slime he is, staying on Chris Wong, not giving him an inch to throw off any power shots. Now, for those of you at home, although they're almost look like they're clinching, Brice is throwing power shots, and so is Chris. This is some really nice work. Brice is rolling with the punches, talking to his fighter. Oh, Jim's Turney roll, and the right hand coming at him.
Right hand in there from Chris. Chris with a host of support here tonight near his corner.
Brice is doing a very good job just staying on Chris, not deterred by his big muscles and power at all.
Good right hand from Chris. Slip from Chris, good slip.
Now Chris is looking a little bit tired here. Brice needs to just breathe, and Chris needs to bite on that gum shield and just go for it. All Chris has is that right hand, but if you saw against Muhammad, one hand isn't enough against Brice. Brice needs to add in some body work right now.
Good right hand from Brice.
Headhunting doesn't win fights. You've got to throw body and head.
Oh, good right hand there from Chris. Brice doing a bit of showboating, not fazed by it apparently.
This is Brice, one-on-one. He will just have a poker face. As you call him, the juggernaut. He takes those big shots and he fires back. Beautiful work by Brice. Chris's shots look like they're just bouncing off Brice's head. Now, Brice was dubbed the dentist in the Box Thailand gym because he injured everyone he sparred with. Now, Chris doesn't look scared of Brice either.
No, Chris is taking, like we were talking about earlier, when someone takes your hardest shot and they keep coming, yeah, that can mess with your head. But it hasn't messed with Brice's head too much. He's still going. He's still trying to brawl with Chris.
I've never seen Brice duck anyone. I've never seen him even take a back foot against anyone. Brice, look at him. He has got a look in his eye that is, look, I've got something to prove. Good work by both fighters there, I've got to admit. I mean, Chris Wong, he is showing that he is a boxer as well while he's in that ring. However, Brice smothers good boxers. Like we said, we saw him against Muhammad. He just smothers them.
Oh, big left hook there from Chris. But Brice still coming forward.
How often do you see someone take a big shot, drop their hands and say, come on, man. That is Brice Lee.
There you go, end of round number 2.
Now, I'd just like to mention our sponsors very quickly. We are sponsored by Combat Matrix. So what you can do is you can go on combatmatrix.com, create an account, and then you can vote on your fight of the night. The best fight of the night will win a cash prize. That is combatmatrix.com. Sign up. Even if you're not a fighter, you can still create an account.
And also we're sponsored by Sensii. Sensii is selling merchandise for cannabis, and it's also selling the cannabis flower as well, located on Asok, Sukhumvit number 23. What a second round that we had right there.
Fantastic. I mean, that first round, like I said, I think Brice maybe gave it up to Chris because Chris was landing some very clean shots. Now, depending how these judges see the fight, Brice was landing more shots and was more aggressive. However, Chris looks like he's landing cleaner shots in some of those exchanges to a judge's eye. Brice, again, looks like he is ready to kill right now. Brice needs to win this last round to impress the judges. I think it's a very close fight right now.
Well, here we go, round 3 underway. Good flurry from Chris, ending it with the right hand. Stiff jab from Chris, and backing up Brice. Brice has eaten a lot of shots here, he can't get too cocky.
Brice is looking for that pull counter right now, and a pull counter is when your opponent throws a jab, and then you throw a right hand over that jab. Some good work on the inside by both fighters. Ooh, that was a bit of a low shot by Chris. Now this is where Brice does really well, up close and personal.
Brice on the ropes here, using the right uppercuts. I want to see Brice get out of this clinch, though. I want to see him off the ropes. I want to see him backing Chris up. Chris is doing a very good job, though. If anything, Chris has ripped up the script here. We thought this was going to be an easy fight for Brice, but it hasn't. Chris has been holding in there.
This is what we mean by 0-0 fighters. They can shock us. Now, I love Brice using the shoulder roll here, but you're not trying to just hurt the opponent. You need to impress the judges to win a fight, and there is a big difference there. Although Chris has been hurt, Brice is not impressing the judges enough.
Good body rip by Brice, but Chris still on the front foot and pushing forward with his own shots. Good right hand there from Chris. Stiff jab from Chris. Brice coming back with a body rip and left hook to the head.
Brice, although he looks tired, I don't think he is, but again, judges are not swayed by fighters who look tired. Brice is bleeding out the nose.
Oh, big left hook from Chris! And Brice was a little bit wobbly there.
Again, this is Brice. He tastes the blood and he'll keep going. He is the dentist at the Box Thailand. He will never give up. Now, Chris is doing a very good job here. He's trying to beat Brice at his own game. Now, Chris is showing someone who is very experienced in there. He is landing some very clean shots on Brice. Brice taking them very well. This is an exciting fight, and if you think so, please sign up to Combat Matrix and vote on which fight you think has been the best so far. Wow, this is a slugfest, isn't it?
Less than 45 seconds to go in the third and final round of our fourth fight tonight.
Brice, every fight he's in is very much like this. He creates every fight and he makes it into a dogfight. It is not easy for Chris right now, but Chris is showing he is in shape for this fight.
He's definitely been a lot more accurate in this round.
Yeah.
And some of those punches have been very significant.
I mean, the blood as well, damage also plays a huge factor to the judges. So with that blooded nose, the judges are going to see that as big damage. Look at this, Brice never stops throwing. He goes for a fake clinch and throws another left hook.
Good right hand there from Brice. 9 seconds into this round, can Brice get a finish for us?
Can he edge out the round? Beautiful shot, he's going! Oh!
And there you go, end of round 3. It's going to the judges' scorecards again. I don't know which way this is going to go.
I would here to judge that one as well.
So good that we're not judges tonight.
100%.
So good that we're not judging this.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just don't be
All right, the judges have voted. This was a close one. The winner by split decision in the blue corner, Brice Lee. Congratulations. All right, coming up next, we're going to have a 10-minute break with including an exclusive interview we will tell you about in just a moment.